Are you ready to take your NCLEX prep to the next level? Join our exclusive YouTube Premium membership and gain access to powerful resources that'll help you dominate the NCLEX step by step. Bronze membership. For just a small investment, you'll stand out in our community with a special member badge, and you'll get priority message replies to ensure your questions never go unanswered. Upgrade to silver membership. You'll get everything in bronze plus exclusive members-only videos packed with NCLEX strategies. Practice questions on video format to test your knowledge and sharpen your skills. With silver, you're not just watching, you're actively preparing. Want the ultimate NCLEX advantage? Then Platinum membership is for you. Along with everything in bronze and silver, you'll get exclusive access to the next generation NCLEX Master Course. No matter where you are in your NCLEX journey, we have a membership tier designed just for you. Click the join button now and start your path to NCLEX success today.
Hello, NCLEX Crusaders. How are you? Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can see the presentation. We're going to have a very, very interesting day of training today. Let me know in the comment section. Hi, Tia. How are you? Welcome. All right. Okay, it's looking good. I joined today, Sophie. Okay, welcome, Sophie. All right. Welcome, Barbara from Missouri. Jibril from Gambia. Welcome, Jibril. Okay, so let's begin. Let's make it an interesting training session. Welcome, everyone. If you are a nurse and you're preparing for the NCLEX, I want to welcome you to NCLEX Crusade International, our YouTube channel designed to help you, to take you by the hand, step by step, into your NCLEX preparation and for you to be able to successfully pass the NCLEX and become a registered nurse in the United States. Thank you to everyone that has been commenting in our YouTube channel that you have passed the NCLEX. Congratulations, and thank you for trusting us. Thank you for trusting NCLEX Crusade Academy. And we're going to have a very interesting training session today. So if you're having difficulty answering EKG style of questions, I have created the series, the EKG series, where you can master EKG style of questions. This is day 3. We're going to make it today a little bit of a quiz session, a little bit of a practice session. Okay? So I hope you have been seeing day 1 and day 2, because in those 2 days I explained how to analyze an EKG strip, which we will be practicing today. So if you're ready to practice, if you're ready to answer some questions, comment in the comment section, I am ready. Remember to like this video and share. If you know any nurse out there that they are also preparing for the NCLEX and you want them to practice, share this link right now so that they can join our YouTube live. So just copy the link of your browser and copy on WhatsApp or Telegram or Facebook, whatever social media you're using, so they can join us as well. Let me know if you've done that. If you've shared this link of this live, comment in the comment section, I have shared the link. Because you know what? The Bible says that for you to receive, you need to give first. So I am giving to you, so I expect to receive something from you. And all I ask is a share to help other nurses out there, and of course, to help our channel grow as well. Thank you. We have been doing that for the past year and a half. We have so far 106,000 students around the world that follow our YouTube channel. So thank you. Thank you for that. So let's begin. I see some of you texting that I am ready. Hey, Anna, I just watched the full training. Wow, beautiful, beautiful message. I just watched the full training in the platform, and I must thank you, Professor. I never learned EKG in 25 years as a nurse, but I could learn this with your classes. Wow, thank you, Anna. Thank you for such a wonderful comment, and I'm happy to have you here. So let's begin. Let's begin today's training, and let's practice our first question. Not gonna be too hard. Not gonna be too hard, but let's see if you can do it. Let me share with you. And here it is. So, what is the most likely interpretation of this EKG rhythm, of this EKG strip? So, do you think this is sinus tachycardia? Is it atrial fibrillation? Is it supraventricular tachycardia? Or normal sinus rhythm? So remember, in day one, I shared with you an interesting strategy that you could use. Day one, day two, we talked about this. The 5 steps of interpretation of an EKG strip. So basically, you need to determine if it's regular. You need to determine the heart rate. You need to look at the PR interval and identify if it's normal or not. You need to look at the QRS complex, and you need to look for the relationship between the P wave and the QRS complex. So whenever you're ready, whenever you think you know the answer, comment in the comment section what you think the answer is. And then we're going to take it step by step to teach you how to interpret it. So, okay, I see some of you saying normal sinus rhythm. Okay. Answer number 4, normal sinus rhythm. Okay, let's go through step number 1. Is this a regular rhythm? So in order to identify the regular rhythm, I'm going to use my handy dandy pen here. We have to measure the distance between the R to R interval. And we got to count. See, we have 1 full box here, 2 full box, 3, 4 full box, and almost 2 little squares. So let's check from here to here. We have 1, 2, 3 full box, a little bit on the left side and a little bit on the right side. Well, that looks about the same. From here to here, we have 4 box and 1 small square. So as you can see, in every R to R interval, there is the same distance, which indicates that this is a regular rhythm. Now, let's identify what is the heart rate in this strip where we're facing a regular rhythm. Well, I showed you 2 methods that you could use let's use the simple method, which is method number 1, which is identifying the QRSs, the complex, in the strip and multiply it by 10. But first, we need to identify that this is a 6-second strip. And as I showed you, you have to count the big squares, and you need to have 30 big squares. So let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 30 big squares. We have a 6-second strip. So I can count the QRSs. There's 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Times 10, 70. So we have a regular rhythm, and the heart rate is 70 beats per minute, approximately. Okay, let's look at the PR interval. We measure the PR interval from the beginning of the P to the beginning of the R, the QRS complex, and it should be between 0.12 seconds and 0.20 seconds, which that's what we have. It looks like the PR interval is normal and is constant throughout the strip. Perfect. The QRS complex, which is the space, the QRS interval, I apologize, which is the space between the Q and the S, it needs to be approximately less than 0.10 seconds, which it is. So we have a normal QRS interval. And then we have a P for every QRS. So we have a P, QRS, P, QRS, P, QRS, P, QRS, P, QRS, P, QRS, P, QRS. We have a P for every QRS. So if the rhythm is regular, if the heart rate is normal, if the PR interval is normal, if the QRS interval is normal, and there's a P for every QRS and it's constant, we are in the presence of normal sinus rhythm. Congratulations. You got question number 1 correct. Let's go to the other one. Let's go to question number 2. Now, you have to analyze the same 5 steps. Rhythm, heart rate, PR interval, QRS, and identify if there's a P for every QRS. So what do you think this is? Okay, I see some of you identifying this as atrial flutter. Okay. Some of you are identifying this as sinus tachycardia. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Well, number 1, let's identify if this is a regular rhythm. We can see we have 2 big squares and a small square here on the first R to R interval. From the second R2R interval to the third, we have 2 big squares and a little bit more than one. So the same. From the third to the fourth, we have 2 big squares and looks like 1.5 small box, about the same, and so on. So this is a regular rhythm. Let's see the heart rate. What is the heart rate? Anybody can tell me the heart rate? What is the heart rate here? I told you it's a quiz session, so you have to answer. You have to analyze. I'm not going to be just regurgitating information today. We're going to be analyzing, thinking. Let's put everything you've been learning in these 3 days to practice. Okay, so the heart rate is about 130 beats per minute. Okay. The PR interval is normal, and the QRS is normal, and there's a P for every QRS. So we have 1 P and 1 QRS. We have 1 P and 1 QRS, because this one here that you're looking at here, this is the T wave, not another P. The reason I'm saying this is because I noticed that some of you analyze this as atrial flutter. Remember that in both atrial flutter and atrial fibrillation, the confirmation is that you need to see multiple P waves. There are no multiple P waves here, only 1 P wave and a QRS complex. So this cannot be atrial flutter. Cannot be atrial flutter. Cannot be ventricular tachycardia, because ventricular tachycardia doesn't look like that. We're going to see that in another day. So we have left either sinus tachycardia or supraventricular tachycardia. What is the answer? So we have a regular rhythm. We have a high heart rate, 130 beats per minute. PR interval is normal. QRS is normal. There's a P for every QRS. Now, the rhythm, although it's regular, and the heart rate, although it's high, is not as high as is seen in supraventricular tachycardia. In SVT, the heart rate is so fast that many times it hides the P wave. It's so fast that most times you see like the QRS, like a T wave, a big T wave, and a QRS. It doesn't mean that there is no P wave in supraventricular tachycardia. There is, but it's so fast that sometimes is hidden. This is not supraventricular tachycardia because the heart rate is not as elevated. The answer is sinus tachycardia. That is the answer. Now, let's look at this one. What do we see now? What do you see on the strip now? You can do it. You can do this even faster now because this is very unique and it describes what I just mentioned to you. See, when you look at this strip, you cannot even see a P wave. It's there, it's just that you cannot see it because it's going too fast. So it's not atrial fibrillation because there's no multiple P waves. It's not sinus tachycardia because the heart rate is faster. Like if we look at the heart rate here, we're looking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, almost 180 beats per minute. That's not sinus tachycardia. It's not atrial flutter because there's no multiple P waves. So the correct answer in this scenario is supraventricular tachycardia. Very good. Now, let's look at the next strip. What do you see there? So if we think about the 5 steps of EKG interpretation, you're going to see that, wow, there's a few missing steps here. For once, I cannot even identify the PR interval. Also, I don't see a correlation of PQRS, PQRS, PQRS. That is not observed here. So let's start eliminating some of this. It cannot be sinus bradycardia. Why not? Remember that in sinus bradycardia, everything is normal except the heart rate, which is low. But I do not see here the relationship of PQRS. So already missing that part. So it cannot be sinus bradycardia. Now I see P's without QRSs. For example, there's a P here, no QRS. There's a P here, no QRS. There's a QRS here, no P wave. There's a P wave here, no QRS. P wave here, no QRS. QRS, no P. And so on. So it cannot be first degree heart block. Why? Because in a first degree heart block, you will never see a missing QRS complex. There's always a P and a QRS in a first degree heart block. The only difference is that in a first degree heart block, there is prolongation of the PR interval, which is constant, but there's no missing QRS complex. Therefore, it cannot be first degree heart block. So we have another type of heart block. The next option is second degree type 1 heart block. Well, how does a second degree type 1 heart block looks? We will usually see this pattern: longer, 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 drop. You're going to see a PR interval that progresses in length until the QRS complex drops. We don't see that here. So it cannot be a second degree type 1 heart block. I'm only left with a third degree heart block, which is a complete chaos. No correlationship between the P waves and the QRS complex. So that is what a third degree heart block looks like. What about this one? What do you think this is? Okay, I see some of you describing this as sinus bradycardia. Okay. Sinus bradycardia. Okay. Well, let's do the 5 steps to see if it's sinus bradycardia. What is the rhythm? Is this regular? Because if you're thinking of sinus bradycardia, you need a regular rhythm. So let's see. We have 1, 2, 3 big squares, 4 little squares, and 4 little squares on the other side. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 little squares on the left, and 4 little squares on the right. Let's see on the next R2R. We see 1, 2, 3, 4 big squares and 2 little squares. About the same. If we count the smaller squares, let's do with the smallest one so you can learn how to do that also. Remember that in a big square, let me show you here, in a big square, there's 5 little squares. So we got 5 little squares here, 5, 5, 5, that's 15, plus 4 on this side is 19, plus 4 on this side is about 23 small squares. If we check from here to here, we have 5, 10, 15, 20, plus 2, 22, and 1 on this side is 23. Same. So this is a regular rhythm. Now, what's the heart rate? Some of you are saying sinus bradycardia. If this is sinus bradycardia, my heart rate needs to be less than 60. Is the heart rate less than 60? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The heart rate is close to 70. So this is not sinus bradycardia. What about the PR interval? We measure the PR interval from the beginning of the P wave to the beginning of the QRS. We see that we have a big square and 2 small squares. We have 7 small squares. That's too long. Remember, it's supposed to be between 3 small squares to 5 small squares. We have 7 small squares. So we have prolongation of the PR interval, and it is constant on the EKG strip. We have a P and a QRS all the time, which means we don't have a second-degree heart block, because you know that a second-degree heart block, they are missing QRS complex. And I don't see multiple P waves. And if I don't see multiple P wave, it cannot be atrial fibrillation. The correct answer is a first-degree heart block. Why? It is regular. There's a P and a QRS. The rhythm, the heart rate is 70, close to 70. And the only thing that I have is prolongation of the PR interval, which is constant. That is observed in a first-degree heart block. What about this one? What do you think this is? Okay, I see some of you identifying this as sinus bradycardia. Some of you identifying this as a first-degree heart block. Some of you identifying as a second-degree type 1 heart block. Okay, well, let's see. Is this a regular rhythm? No, not a regular rhythm, because look at the distance from here to here is not the same distance from here to here. It's longer. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 8 big squares. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a little bit. So this is not regular rhythm. Therefore, it cannot be sinus bradycardia. Because sinus bradycardia, I need a regular rhythm. It cannot be normal sinus rhythm, because a normal sinus rhythm, I need a regular rhythm. If we look, we can see that there is a P wave here and a missing QRS. If I have missing QRS complexes, it cannot be first-degree heart block. So I am left with second-degree heart block type 1, which is longer, longer, longer drop. If we measure the PR interval here, you're going to see that is long, longer, longer, and then the missing QRS. Then it continues the same pattern. Long, longer, and then it stops on this strip. So we are in the presence of a second-degree type 1 heart block. Okay? Very good. So I hope you've enjoyed this practice session of EKG strip analysis. I know that this is hard, this is difficult, so you have to see this lesson again, analyze it, go back to day 1, day 2. I am preparing another class that will be coming on soon. I'll be telling you the information very soon. Keep studying, keep preparing for the NCLEX, and let's go for that pass. Thank you for joining NCLEX Crusade International. If you've liked this, remember to like this video, share it with other students, and of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel and go look our membership, our YouTube premium membership, which we have uploaded there. Very interesting videos, a full course that I am uploading that I have called it the Master the Next Generation course, all on the YouTube Premium section. Thank you for joining us. God bless you all. See you on the next one.